Today, everyone learns how one shot way back in 1914 in Sarajevo caused death of 50 million people, 5 crore. Back in 1940, when this event actually happened, it was absurd to talk how this could escalate so much. Day 53, The Art of Thinking Clearly by the great Rolf Dobelli, and today we'll be talking about hindsight bias. In journals, we often see how editors write. The emergence of Google as a global player, as a multi-billion company, was so predictable, like they went on today. But back in the time when it was actually formed, nobody had predicted. There were so many search engines. It's with everyone. It is one of the most prevalent biases, as said by the great Rolf Dobelli. If I have to tell my personal experience, when I came to the hostel and when I talked with the landlord, he was Jain. Seeing the name, I had an image of the Jain community. Okay, they are professional, they are easy to coordinate with. But after few days, after a month or so, the person, without taking my consent, he changed the windows which were broken. Right? So when I came to the room, I was furious, I was angry, and I, somehow I told to myself, okay, he actually seemed, bad before because of this his statement. लोग बड़े हरामी होते हैं. He actually said that. And later I said, okay, I prejudged he was bad. This is the bias with every one of us. Now, the question arises, why is this bias in us, the hindsight bias? Well, it gives us a false sense of feeling that we are very good predictors. Makes our complex life a bit easy. Sometimes people are very arrogant about their knowledge. Rolf Dobelli says, after the event has occurred, after the World War II has occurred, explaining it, the events, putting on story, everything seems, predictable, inevitable, obvious. But at that time, the foresight predicting, we are very, very bad at forecasting things. And hence, knowing this fact also won't solve the problem according to the book, Art of Thinking Clearly. Rolf Dobelli suggests one exercise to keep a journal and write down all the predictions about your weight, about our stock forecast, about our political forecast, about our career forecast, so on and so forth. And when they actually happen, compare it with our forecast. We'll come to know that we are very, very bad at forecasting things, at predicting things. So, interesting point is, even after knowing this fact, this bias will still exist in us. Rod Dovelli says, in order to reduce risk, we have to see how the world works, and this would help reduce the risk. Bit complex. Rod Dovelli says, we are very bad at forecasting. We are very good in, hindsight things, explaining things which have already occurred. Day 53, Art of Thinking Clearly. Rod Dovelli gives an exercise to predict and to actually compare with the events. Thank you.